Hello everyone, I'm Ransom Ryder. I'm in the kitchen. Today on the menu, banana bread. All right, I have some extra ripe bananas here. I know you're looking at these thinking, yikes, they're overly ripe. But bananas get super sweet and they're delicious in recipes when they get really ripe. I'm gonna peel these. I'm gonna need 3 bananas in my bowl. And you might want to measure the weight. Bananas can vary so greatly in the size and the weight. Refer to my recipe and find out. I will tell you in the recipe exactly how much weight you need. But these are fairly uniform, and this is about the size of banana that I would use most frequently when I'm making banana bread. So extra ripe, and if your bananas aren't really ripe enough to get that sweet flavor, you could ripen these inside your microwave. Just a 30-second burst until they get soft to the touch. Let me wash my hands, I'll come right back. We'll dig in to today's banana bread. My 3 bananas in my bowl, extra ripe. I'm gonna mash these with a fork. I did have 1 banana left over. I'm gonna take this outside and feed the butterflies with it. Butterflies love a super extra ripe banana. So I'm a friend of the animals. This is going to my butterflies, a super ripe banana. They're gonna love this. So let's mash these bananas. I'm just gonna do a fork mash. There's really no need for a mixer for this recipe. Although you could use a hand mixer, a stand mixer. Because these are good and ripe, they're easy to mash. These are easy to mash. Ooh, that smells good. I love a good banana. I have been told that bananas are one of the top selling items at grocery stores across the nation. All right, my bananas are mashed. Let's set these to the side for just a moment. Let's bring over. These are gonna be my dry ingredients. This is flour. Be sure you refer to my recipe on the amount of flour that you use. And this has been sifted, but let me just stir it up. Flour is one of those things, you don't really wanna pack your flour because you could get a really heavy amount of flour if it was packed. You want it fluffy. This is my baking powder. In it goes. Thank you, baking powder. This is my baking soda. These are gonna help my banana bread rise up. Let's give this a mix with my whisk. Whisk it up. I have a little bit of salt here. It's that special ingredient that enhances all the flavors. Don't forget it. Let's pop it in. Let's go in with a little bit of cinnamon. Ooh, that smells good. And just a tiny little tad of nutmeg. Let's put it in. Let's give it a whisk. All right, my dry ingredients are looking well blended. Let's get back over to my banana. Sometimes I like to put just a little squeeze of lemon in that, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. I've got some cut lemon. Let's give this a little squeeze. It just brightens up the flavor of your bananas. Lemon is one of those things that just can really add a freshness. It can brighten those flavors up. All right, now that is done, I want to come in with my butter. I have melted this butter. It's at room temperature. Let's get this all in. Butter is goodness. Fat is flavor. All right, so I've got my butter in, and then let's go in. I want to add 2 eggs, and these eggs are at room temperature. Let's pop those in. That's gonna add a lot of moistness to the cake. Let's get these mashed, my butter. You want that to be room temperature because you don't want your butter to seize up. Now, let's put in a little bit of my home brew. This is my vanilla flavoring. You know, I like to add a little bit of this in there, about 2 spoonfuls, heaping spoonfuls. I love vanilla flavoring, but check the recipe on, you know, the exact amount that you would use. Now I want to come in with my flour into the banana bread. Give it another quick stir just to make sure. And I'm gonna put about half of this in, and then I'm gonna whisk that. We don't want to over mix because it could give you a tough, chewy banana bread. Nobody wants a tough, chewy banana bread. All right, let's come in with my last bit. Let's give this a good whisk, get it stirred up, and I'm gonna scrape down my bowl because I don't want any clumps of flour. All right, let me take my spatula and just make sure I'm gonna get all of this fully incorporated. Now, if you were adding like pecans or chocolate chips, this would be the point where you would want to add that. Now I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to have a swig of tea. I'm Southern. We drink tea. This is my special event tea. I made this in a prior video. That's so good. Yum-y. Be sure to check that video out on the tea. All right, I have pre-lined my baking pan. You know, this is gonna be extra helpful in making sure that my banana bread doesn't stick. I think I'm gonna switch back to my spatula. I just like it. Proper tools in the kitchen, so important. You know, there's some basics that you need: a big spoon, big forks, a spatula, a whisk, a couple of baking dishes. All right, I'm gonna switch to this, and it just does such a beautiful job getting this dough out. That smells so good. It just smells good enough to eat. Just give me a spoon. It reminds me of the smell of a really good homemade banana pudding. And I have baked these before in an iron skillet. You know, I recently baked a big, beautiful, world's best chocolate chip cookie in an iron skillet. It was so good. I put that recipe on my channel, so check out the chocolate chip cookie. If you love a chocolate chip cookie, you will not want to miss that. All right, let's give this a tap. Tap it to get those air bubbles out. I'm gonna pop this into my preheated oven. It's 425. I'm gonna bake it at 425 for about 5 minutes. I'm gonna reduce the heat to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and let this bake for another 15 to 20 minutes. I'm gonna check it. You wanna be able to insert a toothpick and it come out clean so that you know your banana bread is done. Let's put it in the oven. I'll be right back. All right, this is out of the oven. I've let it sit on my oven to cool off for a few minutes. I normally let these sit on the stovetop for around 10 minutes just to let it cool down. And I should now be able to touch this with my hands. We're gonna need to let this sit out on a cooling rack because it does need to cool down. And I don't want the bottom to really sweat. So I'm gonna pop this little rack on top and I'm just gonna flip it and hope for the best. Ooh, I think this turned out perfect. Look at that. Oh, I wish you could smell this. I can just get hints of that banana. Just so, so wonderful. The aroma is fantastic. Now I'm gonna let this cool down for a little bit and we're gonna cut into it and give it a taste. All right, this has cooled off. It has cooled off. I still feel a little bit of warmth in it. And really, that's when I like to munch down on them, when they're still got a little bit of warmth in them. Let's give this a cut. And I just wanna cut this for me. Now, this would be perfect, absolutely perfect for a hot glass of tea on an afternoon, especially when you're having friends over. Let's give this a taste. The richness of those bananas, they just bring that nice sugary taste to it. This is not overly sweet. It's absolutely perfect. I'm gonna have another bite. That's still warm. Now, pour yourself a glass of tea. This is my iced tea. Be perfect with a hot tea. Enjoy this banana bread. Call your mama because I know she's gonna love this recipe. I'm Ransom Ryder. Bake this. Let me know what you think about it. Leave me a comment. I want to hear from you. Cooking in the kitchen is a journey. Let's share it together. This one's mine.